Welcome back, WWE fans. WWE The Update in the house with your daily dose of matches, highlights, and news. Ring that bell and let's roll. The lights dimmed, the crowd hushed, and as John Cena made his final appearance in the ring, a unique sense of gravity settled over everyone present. What had been billed as another major event became, in reality, a farewell. Thousands in the arena and millions watching from home sensed that something monumental was unfolding. Cena's final match was not just a spectacle, it was a culmination of decades of dedication, performance, and connection with fans. There was a quiet understanding that this was an ending, but also the beginning of a new chapter for the company and its next generation of talent. The story in the ring. Cena's match against Gunther was crafted with precision, balancing physicality, emotion, and storytelling. Gunther, the tournament winner, had earned his spot, and the match served as a passing of the torch moment. Every move, every reaction, every pause was deliberate, ensuring the audience felt the weight of history while witnessing the rise of a deserving successor. Cena delivered a performance that blended veteran craftsmanship with heartfelt farewell. The crowd's reaction was raw and unfiltered, the final bell resonating as a symbolic punctuation mark on a storied career. This carefully structured narrative wasn't just about entertainment, it was about legacy, respect, and elevating the next generation of talent. Backstage transformed. The energy didn't stop with the match. Within moments of the final bell, the backstage corridors shifted from the routine hum of production to something more reverent. Wrestlers, referees, and crew began to line up to offer their personal thanks, quietly acknowledging Cena's impact. These weren't rushed interactions or chaotic moments. They were measured, thoughtful, and deeply emotional. Veteran performers embraced one another in gestures that signaled mutual respect, while younger stars approached with awe and gratitude. Many wrestlers stopped to exchange private words or share memories, recognizing that this was a moment to honor someone whose career had touched them personally and professionally. A meeting of generations. One of the most notable moments occurred between Cena and Roman Reigns. Their interaction was calm, respectful, and genuine, reflecting both their personal rapport and their respective roles within the company. Cena, the living legend and ambassador, and Reigns, the current face of the company, symbolically acknowledged the transition of eras. Observers noted the quiet intensity of their exchange. No theatrics, no showmanship, just mutual recognition. For fans and colleagues alike, it was a moment of continuity and respect, illustrating how leadership and legacy can coexist in a shared space. This subtle yet powerful gesture resonated far beyond the camera's frame, signaling the passing of experience and influence from one generation to the next. Celebrating legacy in private. The locker room became a living testament to the bonds built over years in the industry. Older wrestlers hovered protectively, peers offered private jokes or heartfelt words, and newcomers absorbed lessons silently, as if attending a masterclass. Many performers waited patiently for the chance to say thank you, share a story, or ask for guidance. These interactions, seemingly small, revealed the depth of camaraderie and respect within the community. They highlighted that professional life in wrestling is not only about performance but also about mentorship, connection, and mutual acknowledgement. The atmosphere was heavy with meaning, capturing a moment that would remain in the memory of those present for years. Reflections from Cena. When Cena spoke on camera and in private, his words were deliberate, humble, and focused on gratitude. He acknowledged fans, celebrated his peers, and emphasized that his farewell was not a personal swan song but a moment to elevate others. He framed the night as a culmination of his career, an opportunity to pass on lessons and set the stage for future talent. The way he conducted himself backstage, gracious, composed, and reflective, offered a model for professionalism and humility. Cena's emphasis on mentorship and acknowledgement of those around him reinforced the notion that the end of a career can be just as meaningful as its highlights, shaping the culture of those who follow. The broader impact. The impact of Cena's farewell extended beyond individual interactions. The presence of top stars during the post-match moments, including figures like Reigns, Triple H, and Brock Lesnar, underscored the importance of recognizing contributions within the company. These gestures served both emotional and organizational purposes, celebrating Cena's achievements while highlighting the ongoing journey of emerging talent. Young wrestlers who shared the card or observed the scene received a subtle but powerful lesson in professionalism, respect, and leadership. The optics of these interactions, the order, the calmness, the focus on acknowledgement, contributed to a narrative that framed the night as a unified and meaningful transition. Leadership lessons from the locker room. Beyond the immediate spectacle, Cena's farewell revealed key insights into leadership and workplace culture. His emphasis on gratitude, elevating others, and maintaining composure under pressure created a template for how careers can end with dignity and influence. The respectful response from colleagues demonstrated the long-term benefits of fostering a collaborative and appreciative environment. Reigns' measured approach illustrated how current leaders can honor predecessors while asserting their own role, showing younger talent how to navigate hierarchy with grace. These lessons, though subtle, provide a blueprint for sustaining cohesion and mentorship in a demanding and competitive profession. Legacy through subtle details. Every detail of the post-match environment mattered. The quiet conversations, the tears held back, the hands shaking with emotion. These small moments told the story of Cena's influence as vividly as the match itself. The social rituals of acknowledgement, advice, and shared laughter highlighted the human side of a profession often seen through the lens of spectacle. They reminded everyone present that wrestling is not just about in-ring performance, but about relationships, guidance, and the ongoing transfer of knowledge. Cena's final night illuminated how a career can leave a tangible imprint on the community, shaping behavior, culture, and expectations for years to come. Passing the torch. Cena's farewell was carefully balanced between celebration and mentorship. Gunther, the opponent that night, was elevated by the structure of the match and the ceremonial significance of Cena's performance. Other rising stars who shared the night's spotlight received validation through proximity and acknowledgement, creating a narrative that extends beyond the immediate audience. The careful orchestration of both the match and the backstage moments allowed the company to highlight continuity, transition, and growth. Cena's approach showed that the true measure of a career lies not just in accolades or fanfare, but in the ability to leave a legacy that strengthens and inspires those who follow. The cultural moment. This night was more than a wrestling event. It was a cultural milestone. Fans and colleagues alike recognized that Cena's retirement was a moment to pause, reflect, and honor someone who had defined an era. Social media and industry commentary reflected a shared recognition of the magnitude of the night, reinforcing the idea that individual careers can shape communities and culture. The emphasis on gratitude, mentorship, and legacy created a framework for understanding transitions, not as endings, but as opportunities for growth and continuity. Cena's departure set the tone for the company's future, highlighting how respect and thoughtful storytelling can define a profession. Conclusion. John Cena's final in-ring appearance was a masterclass in storytelling, respect, and leadership. The match itself elevated the next generation, while the backstage moments revealed the human connections that give wrestling its lasting significance. The reverent interactions, private acknowledgments, and measured gestures of leaders like Roman Reigns illustrated how a community honors those who paved the way. Cena's humility, professionalism, and focus on mentorship left a lasting impression on his peers and the next wave of talent. This night wasn't just about nostalgia, it was about transition, culture, and legacy. Through both the spectacle and the quiet backstage moments, Cena's career was celebrated in a way that ensured his influence will be felt for years to come, setting a standard for what it means to leave a profession with grace, impact, and respect.